There we go. So welcome to our gentle class today. So happy you could make it. So what I thought might be a good thing to talk about this week is something that's very intrinsic to both yoga philosophy and Buddhist philosophy. It is the idea of mindfulness, of being mindful. And I know you've heard that ad nauseum, probably. But when we think about mindfulness, we wonder, what does that really mean? And yes, it means paying attention to the things that are around you. Last week, we talked about small things, little things that you notice that you can be grateful for. That's part of it. But there's more to it. What we also know mindfulness to be is to not lament on the past. The past is over and done. It is no more. You cannot go back. You need to stay here in the present. This is about being in the present moment. And mindfulness is what helps us to stay here. And we don't want to think about the future, because if you're thinking about the future, you're thinking about everything, you're worrying, you're concerned, and you never get to enjoy now. You never enjoy your life if you're constantly thinking of what's coming next. When we have so many good things right here, right now. And as long as we are mindful of the here and now, we can stay in the present moment. So I invite you during this class to be mindful of every movement, of every moment in the class. And so close your eyes and come inside. Notice your breath. And begin to deepen your breath. And with every inhale, think about breathing in the now, breathing in where we are right now in time and space, this moment. And when you exhale, let go of the past, no more worries about the future. Inhale, enjoying this moment. Exhale, letting go of things that no longer serve us. Inhale and exhale, and continue with deep, deep inhales and very slow, very long exhales in your own time with those things in mind. Now come back to your natural breath and slowly open your eyes to take in the light. And bring your hands alongside your hips. And you're going to walk your left hand away from you, plant your palm on the mat. And send your right arm straight out in the opposite direction so that it's parallel with the mat. Your thumb is facing up. Rotate your right arm now so that your thumb is facing down. And then wrap your hand all the way around. Maybe you can reach your thigh. Maybe your back of your hand will just rest comfortably on your lower back. Either way, you're going to now bend your left elbow to drop your shoulder and look up over your right shoulder. Look up at the ceiling. Look up. You're going to come back to center. Bring both arms down alongside your hips. We're going to do the same thing here. Your right arm reaches out, your palm is on the mat. You bend your elbow to drop your shoulder. Your left arm is reaching out. First, your thumb is facing up, and then you rotate your whole arm from the shoulder socket so that your thumb is facing behind you, down to the mat. And then you'll send your arm all the way back, wrapping it around you so that the back of your hand is either on your lower back or your fingers are reaching for your right thigh. And then look up at the sky. Look up. And then come back to a seated position. So bring your hands on your knees. Take a deep inhale, and on an exhale, curl your back into a cat spine. On an inhale, curl your spine in the opposite direction for a dog spine. And continue this in your own time, releasing your spine with cats and dogs. And the next time you are in a cat spine, pause. And then bring your spine back to a neutral position. And check your posture here. Check your seat. Make sure both sits bones are planted firmly in the mat. Make sure your shoulders are over your hips. Your chin is level with the earth. Crown of your head reaching up. Turn to look over your left shoulder. Bring your chin down to your shoulder, across your neck, over to the other shoulder. Look up at the ceiling, at the sky. And then let your nose continue to trace a line as you send your chin all the way across, back to the other side, your nose up to the sky. Continue this for a few more times, going back and forth with your neck. Opening up your neck. The next time your chin comes to center, pause and bring your head back up to neutral. Take a deep breath. Take an exhale. Inhale, and on an exhale, right hand to left knee, place your left arm close to your body to help keep that mountain spine as you look over your left shoulder. Every time you inhale, think about lengthening your spine, the crown of your head reaching up for the sky. Feel your pelvis moving, not your pelvis, your ribs moving north of your pelvis so that your whole spine lengthens. And when you're empty of breath, completely empty, and you have extra space inside, twist a little bit more. On an inhale, twist back to center. Exhale, let's go in the opposite direction. Your left hand on your right knee, you're looking over your right shoulder. Your arm is supporting your back. And lengthen on your inhale and twist after the exhale. And then come back to center. Send your arms out to the side and overhead, bringing them into a prayer position, Anjali Mudra. Interlace your fingers with the exception of your index finger, which is reaching up to the sky like a steeple. You're going to inhale, and on an exhale, you're going to send your arms and your back behind you for a little bit of a back bend, just a little bitty back bend. Come back to center. Now, in order to do that, what I didn't say, you have to make sure that your arms are alongside your ears, so you bend as one unit. So let's do that again. Inhale and then exhale, let your arms and your head and your whole upper back bend. And then come back to neutral. Send your arms to the left. Feeling a big stretch on your right side body. Both arms stay long. Inhale to center. Exhale, opposite direction. And maybe you feel a little bit more of a stretch than usual on your left side because you're using your fingers to help you keep your arms straight, to help you stretch a little bit more. And then inhale to center. Release your arms. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. And then go the opposite way. And then come to neutral and release your legs. Send them out in front of you, shake them out, rotate your legs. They've been crossed for a long time. Right. And bring the soles of your feet together so that your knees are moving out to the sides. And before we did cats and dogs with our legs crossed, so we're going to do it again with our hands on our shins and notice and see if you notice any difference in how your spine curls in this position rather than the other. Maybe not, maybe a lot. Inhale, exhale to a cat. Inhale forward. Exhale to a cat. Inhale forward and exhale, come to neutral. Okay. So bring your hands inside your legs. And you're going to thread your left hand underneath your left leg, your left calf and shin. So it's going underneath. If you can bring your forearm down, that's great. But whatever you can bring underneath is perfect. And you're going to send your right arm straight up, fingers straight up to the ceiling. A little bit more stretching. Looking up at your hand. You're going to inhale, and then on an exhale, you're going to bring your hand back down inside your legs and release your left arm. So we'll do that now on the other side. So right hand comes under your calf. Yeah. And you bring as much of your forearm or your hand down on the mat as you are comfortable doing. And then send your left arm up to the sky. Look up at it. Reach for the sky. And bring your hand all the way down inside your legs. Send your legs straight out in front of you. We're going to come to Dandasana, the staff pose. So your legs are straight out in front of you. Your feet are flexed, toes pointing to the ceiling. Your muscles of your legs, you activate them so that your whole legs are working. Bring your hands alongside your hips, your fingers pointing forward, your elbows reaching behind you, crown of your head reaching up. You can even push into the mat or blanket if you're using one to get a little taller. And breathe. And release any pressure in your hands. That was just to allow you to lengthen your spine. Lengthening our spine is so important at any point in our life, especially as we grow older, to lengthen, to keep ourselves from curling up. But even no matter what our age, we do that because we use cell phones, we're constantly curling. So this is to help us keep nice and long and straight. Inhale, your arms up overhead. Exhale, bring a prayer to your heart. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, gather all the energy all around you. Bring it together and down to your heart. And now we're going to add our knees. So you're going to keep your heels, keep your feet exactly where they are. And on an inhale, you're going to bend your knees. On an exhale, you're going to bring your hands down. You're going to straighten your legs and point your toes. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, and bring your hands down to your heart. I'm going to do that one more time, and this time I'm going to change my position so you can see what I'm doing a little better. Inhale and hold. Your knees are bent. You're going to inhale and lengthen your spine. Feel as if you had this ribbon attached to the top of your head and someone was pulling it so that it stays nice and long and straight. On your next inhale, engage your abdominal muscles as you lengthen on an exhale and come forward over your legs as far as you comfortably can. And when you've reached your range, allow your arms to come down at any point along your legs and relax them. And bend all the way over your legs in the most relaxed position of Paschimottanasana, the Western stretch. So the backs of our bodies are the Western side of our body. So
we're exposing the west. And if you wish to straighten your legs a little, please do. But go slowly and gently. And then look up at your feet. Your arms should be relaxed at this point. You're just going to let them slide toward your hips, your hands toward your hips as you unfold and come up to sit. You're going to bring your right leg into your chest and hug it. And cross it over your left thigh. Wrap your left arm around your right leg. Look over your right shoulder. Bring your right arm alongside your right ear and then twist in the opposite direction for a counter twist. Uncross your leg. Let's come back to Dandasana. Bring your left leg into your chest, hug it. Step it over your right. Wrap your right arm around your leg and look over the opposite shoulder. Arm alongside your ear so you could twist, do a counter twist. Release your arms, uncross your legs, and send your legs straight out in front of you. So this time you will do something very similar. You're going to bring your right leg in, and this time you'll open it out to the side. Arms up alongside your ears. I'm going to take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, and your shoulders are square as if you had two legs straight out in front of you. So let's do that again. Inhale, and then exhale, engage your abdominal muscles, come straight over your extended leg. You can bend your knee. Anytime, anyone with hamstring problems, always bend your knee if it puts too much pressure on the back of your leg. And hang over your extended leg. Use your hands against your leg, wherever they might be, or on the mat to help push your spine forward. So imagine that if your hands are down on the mat alongside your leg, you're going to act as if make a motion as if you're pushing the mat towards you and your spine away from you to lengthen your spine. And then slowly unfold. Extend both legs. Bring your left leg in. Open it out to the side, and you know that your foot can be anywhere along your leg, wherever is comfortable if you have knee issues. Arms alongside your ears. Deep inhale and exhale and begin your journey down toward your extended legs. Remember, always engage your abdominal muscles. That helps to protect your lower back. And however far you're extended over your leg, let your arms now relax wherever they fall alongside your leg. And once again, use your hands to isometrically pull the mat towards you as the crown of your head helps to lengthen your spine. And then unfold as you slide your hands back
to your hips. Send both legs out in front of you. Bring your feet onto the mat, the soles of your feet, and send your knees in one direction or another so that we can make our way up to stand. So if you happen to have a chair or anything that you could hold on nearby, feel free to use it. So like I have a chair here for the next class. So you can use it if you wish. But what we're going to do now is make circles with our legs one at a time. So come to Tadasana first, that's the mountain pose. Your shoulders are over your hips over your ankles, your belly is moving toward your spine. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Let your arms fall naturally by your side. Your chin is level with the earth. And feel every time you breathe in, feel your spine getting longer. First, let's do a quick sun breath. Inhale and exhale once more. Inhale and exhale. Keep your hands at your heart. You're going to shift your weight to your right foot and step your left foot in front of you. 12 o'clock. Okay, so you're at 12 o'clock. Now you can do this one of two ways. You can lift your foot at 12 and move it to 1, or you can just slide it to 1 o'clock. So it's more effort, of course, to lift and circle, but I'll let you be the judge of what you can do today. So it's quite a balance. So you're going to either lift or slide to 1, then 2. And maybe you can lift and slide and then put your toe down. 3, let's do that. 4, 5, and 6, all the way back behind you. And then bring your leg forward. And shift your weight now on your left foot. Your right foot at noon, straight out in front of you. Lift it to 1 or slide it. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And bring it forward. Let's do that in reverse. So send your left leg all the way back to 6 o'clock. Now use your core muscles here come into play. And again, you can, if you want to have your hand on a chair, that would be very helpful. So you're at 5, at 4, at 3, at 2, at 1, and at noon. And bring your legs together. Yeah. So bend that right knee and send it back to 6 o'clock. Come forward. So your weight is really on your left leg. So you're coming to 5, to 4, to 3, to 2, to 1. Go slowly as you wish. You don't have to keep up with my counting. It was a little fast, I think. And then bring it back. And then let your hands come down alongside your hips. And step your legs apart. Bend your knees. And we're going to circle our hips all the way around. You can do whatever you like with your hands. You can let them flow with you. You can send them out to the side, send them up overhead, and then come to center and go the other way. And let your arms come into play. Let's have some fun here. Let's enjoy this moment. And then come to center. Right. So turn your palms, rotate your whole arm so that your palms are facing forward. And then you're going to open your arms up into a V. And send your right arm down on a diagonal so that you have a big diagonal with your arms. You're going to look up at your left arm, look down at the right hand, up and down, up and down. So your arms are stretching away from you. So this isn't just a gentle little stance with your arms. You want to push, right? And then release. Bring your arms down. And we're going to do the same thing here. So your palms are facing outward. Your left arm a little bit away from your hips. Your right arm on a diagonal. And push them away. Look up. Look down. Look up and down. With breath. With breath. And bring both arms down by your side. Excellent. So let's come back to our mountain pose. Right? And do everything you need to get into your perfect mountain. And then you're going to come on the ball of your right foot. And you're going to transfer the weight to your left foot. You're going to lift your right leg up and then send it back behind you. As far as you comfortably can go. And you want your right foot flat on the mat, and you want your right leg nice and straight and long. Your left leg is bent. Your two legs are in their own lane for warrior one legs. Your left knee never comes past your ankle. I say that every single time I do this, and I do it because I want to protect everybody's knees. So your hips go forward. Send your arms back behind you, and then let them come up from the earth, come all the way up for warrior one. Right, excellent. So remember what we did before. We started with our leg up and we sent it back. So what we're going to do is take that right leg that's behind us and we're going to step it up and maybe step your knee up and bring your hands down by your side. All right, let's do the other side. So come to bend your left knee, weight is transferred to the right leg. You're going to lift that left leg and step it back. So yeah, it's a lot of balancing going on. And once again, don't forget, check your knees, check your feet, check your alignment here. Send your arms up, reaching from the earth all the way up for warrior one. Make your warrior as long as you like. And this time, bring your hands together overhead into a prayer. Look up at your prayer. And then look forward. Bring your hands down alongside your body. Yeah. And you're going to step your left leg up. Maybe your knee comes up before it comes down. Excellent. Okay. So one more thing while we're standing. So let's do a warrior two. Now, warrior two is best done facing the long edge of your mat, right? And send your legs straight, a big V shape or diamond shape or whatever shape that is. And your toes are pointing to the long edge of the mat, right? And you're going to send your left foot to point at the short edge of the mat. And your right heel is a little bit back farther, so it's pointing towards the corner of your back mat. So it's just a slight angle. Your leg is nice and straight. Both of your legs start out straight. You're going to square your shoulders to the long edge of your mat. You're going to bend your left knee. And once again, the same thing is here too, weight-bearing pose. You never want to go past your ankle. And then send your arms straight out, like the letter T, straight out. And this is a warrior, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2, who is now getting ready for battle. So you're looking over your left fingers, sizing up the situation, whatever the challenge may be, and plotting your strategy. Bring your right hand down to your thigh, your left arm up for a peaceful warrior. And come back to warrior two. Send your toes to the long edge of the mat and shift to warrior two on the other side. Peaceful warrior. Back to warrior two. Point your toes to the long edge of the mat and heel toe your foot to center. And then make your way down to your mat to come onto your back. So however you get there is fine. Just come all the way down onto your back. So we're just going to do a couple of poses here before we come to Shavasana, a little cooling down. So bring your knees into your chest and roll from side to side. And then open your knees wide. You have one hand on each knee. And what you're going to do is make big circles with your knees. So your knees are now wide apart. You're going to send them forward, bring them together, send them back to your chest, making these big circles that come in contact with each other. So one is going clockwise, the other one's going counterclockwise. Notice how when your knees come to your chest, your lower back flattens, and when your knees move away, it curls in its natural arch. And now the next time your knees are to your chest, make your circles in the opposite direction. Noticing the change your back makes as you make these circles. Notice how you're massaging your whole back with these circles. And then the next time your knees are into your chest, pause. Bring your feet onto the mat. If you have a blanket handy, I would sit up just for a moment and put the blanket underneath your hip. Come back down and send your legs up to the sky. Your feet could be flexed or pointed or both. So you can point and flex, and then just relax here for a few minutes in this beautiful inversion. Nice, gentle inversion. If you have a mind to, you can open your legs into a big V shape and bring them back together. You can send one leg to your nose, the other to the floor. And if you do that, you have to do both sides. Or you can just keep your both legs reaching for the ceiling for the whole time. And then when you're ready, bend your knees, bring your feet to the floor. If you have a blanket underneath your sacrum, slide it out and come to Shavasana, the corpse pose. Bring your arms away from your body, rotating your arms so that the palms of your hands are cupped up to the sky. Your legs are totally comfortable. Your entire back body surrenders to gravity. Feel it melting into the earth. And then bring your attention to your breath. And breathe a little bit more deeply and let it go. And this is the time for your muscles to reset, your bones to reset, your joints. For all the energy you generate to assimilate in your body so that you can use it for your day ahead. And return to your body now. Gently, softly, roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and your feet. Send your knees into your chest and roll from side to side. And then release your knees and roll over onto your left side, exposing your sun side of your body, the eastern side of your body, to prepare you for the day ahead. And this beautiful fetal position juxtaposes with the corpse pose, signifying rebirth and the beginning of a new cycle. Whenever you're ready, come up to sit. Bring your hands to your heart and breathe. And think once again about the importance of enjoying now, this moment, this time you've given yourself to care for yourself. This precious moment, breathe it in and let go of any negativity, let go of the past, the future. Stay right in this moment. Thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.